I turn the key and start the ride. My system's ready, amplified. What started small is growing fast, making waves that's gonna last. Big Sound Podcast. When I hit play, the streets know my name. Big Sound Podcast, that's my claim to fame. Every block I pass they recognize. My speakers teaching, that's no lies. Got knowledge flowing through the air. Quality sound beyond compare. They stop and ask me what I know about the watts and how to flow.
Hey yo, it's Tuesday night, so yeah, you know what that means. Big Jeff and his team back on the scene. It's 2025, let's start the show. Taylor and Ben, they all ready to go. Big Jeff got the gear that you want indeed. Got sub speakers, amps, everything you need. Guests line up, about to spread some knowledge. Big Sound teach you more than you learn in college. Let's talk car audio, a page he has. It's on Facebook and it's run by Zaz. Got a question to drop? Go ahead and of course ask. Deviant for life, yeah, the man in the horse mask. It's giveaway time, even the haters can win. See him flapping the gums, but then they entering in. Say what you want about Jeff, but I tell you this, he pays 32 people that can feed their kids. Haters getting mad, they be crying to mommy, but we pay him no mind, we fold them up like origami. Big Jeff coming through like he in a tsunami. Deviant riding shoddy in the Gajami.
We're here. I don't even know what episode. It's, I think, 66. It doesn't even matter at this point because it was something that we started for, I don't want to say the wrong reasons, but it was like, screw it, I'll just do my own podcast, and we've kept going. So 66, I think. All right, we got a big night tonight. Big weekend coming up, Made of Steel. Breaking out the Yukon, right? The 33-inch subs. We got giveaways tonight. Dirty Bass. We got the 40-inch smart TV tonight. The Big Jeff chain giveaway. And a bunch of announcements. So I'm excited. I'm jacked up. And I'm in my office because I got Jay Home here, who's out in the front building X2C subwoofers, helping me out. So I got the man himself here because he came out to go to Made of Steel with us. And we're bringing down the Hummer. We're going to have Rick Fornes there. And we're going to have Robin Williams and Dusty. We're going to have the whole B2 audio team. And y'all are going to hear the 33s moving some air. So it definitely deserves the name Hair Tricks 2.0. Okay, so tonight's the night. I got some guys on there, and I'm not going to script the name. Kaulana, I think I got it right this time, and Dirty Bass. And there's a little backstory here because I think I took Dirty Bass a while back when I first really got in the scene, and he wanted me to sell the flash drives, and it wasn't that I didn't want to, but he was affiliated with other people. I'm like, it's just kind of like a conflict of interest. And I didn't really think that the flash drives would be like that big of a seller, but they are. And recently, there was like a post, and they were kind of trolling, and he fucking made it right, okay? And he went above and beyond. He could have just took it down, but he even made a video. And you know what? To me, that's big. And people like that I want to network with, I want to make money with. So I said, you know what? Give me an order of flash drives, dude. They're going to sell no matter what. So we got them. You can get them off the website right now, $40. BigJeffAudio.com. Get yourself a 64 gig. And I don't know if I have enough, but he's talking me into bringing them to Made of Steel, which I will. I don't go there to really sell anything, but maybe some people need them. Okay, let's do this. I want to give some shout outs real quick. I see Eric in the house, Donnie Waltman in the house, Josh Wagner, Jesse, Dusty in the house. Hold on, let me flip this over to chat. Here we go. D. Hermison, Jonathan Nash, Jesse Gill. I saw Eliana, my office manager, in here. I got Josh Clare. All right, if I missed you all, we're going to get to you all. Big night tonight. So if you all entered in, I just said, you know what? I'm going to give something different away, not car audio. We do that all the time, and nobody can say anything, but I give away the most stuff constantly. But I had a brand new 40-inch smart TV, and I'm like, you know what? This would be a good item. Brand new in the box. I'm going to give this away. So we're going to pick the winner for that tonight. And then we brought back which I probably don't even have one right here. No, I got them. We got thousands of these things, man. I went to the factory in China to get these. Big Jeff Cuban links, which originally started because somebody was trolling my chain and did this. So you know what? I turned this into the best marketing thing. So come to Made of Steel. We got bags filled with stuff for free, and I got chains to give away. Come get a demo from the Big Jeff B2 Audio USA booth, okay? All right, done with all the marketing. Oh, newest brands in. Resilient Sound, and big shout out to Audio Ace, okay? Times are changing. Got to bring another product. I've always had good things about Audio Ace. John's a real good guy. Man, he was just one of those guys that gets along out of the drama. And I've dealt with Resilient Sounds in the past, and they make some cool products. So that's new. Something else in the works. I know people like Brazil. We're in the talks. I actually had them out here today. Banda. Yes, Banda. We're going to talk about that tonight because it's kind of already a deal, but it should be in another week or two. And they got some really good stuff at really good pricing, pre-tariff pricing, because it's coming out of Brazil. So dollar for watt, and I'm told warranty. Can't get that on the other Brazilian stuff. Okay, how much more do they have left on Yukon, brother? Okay, Josh, the Yukon is technically done, and I'm picking it up in the morning. Now, when I say technically, I didn't finish the trim panels for the B pillar and some trim panels on the inside. That's it, okay? So there's just some trim panels, which I'm not worried about. The rest of the car looks tits. The doors are beautiful. I mean, it's all leather and suede. So a little trim panel action, I'll get that done. But it is done. It is playing, and it is dropping low. And hopefully I can get a tuning frequency for the man I'm about to bring on, Dirty Bass, to whip me up something special last minute. Okay, let's bring these guys on. Actually, hold up. There he is, Dirty Bass. Oh. And I got it right this time. Kaulana, right? I got it.
Kaulana, you got it.
Okay, fuck, man. I'm dyslexic.
It's all good, dude.
So stupid and so smart at the same time. All right, listen, guys. I brought you in early. Normally we do this little video intro, right? But we're going to play this right now. Go ahead, Ben, kick off the intro. Let's see who these guys are if they don't know.
Yo, it's DJ Dirty Bass, the Bass King in the place. Cleaner, louder, lower, let's go. DJ Dirty Bass, make it low. Demo music, let it blow. 2,500 tracks in the stash. Woofer loop pack, break it fast. Clean bass, no stack, break it fast. Clean bass, no distortion. SBL dreams in motion. DJ Dirty Bass, feel the sound. Car audio, head shake the ground. Competition time, showdown live. DJ DB's got the vibe. Podcast flows with Kaulana too. Podcast flows with Kaulana too. Big shout out Kaulana, salute. Ruthless beats, ruthless ride. DJ Dirty Bass, worldwide.
Cool.
Okay.
That was the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen.
I told you, and every time, man, I give props to Benjamin because most of our guests come on and I don't even watch it, but they usually get stuff that you guys have forgotten about. Like, we don't try to pull stuff right away. He goes deep. And sometimes, man, I've had people almost bust the tear because it brought back memories. So I'm glad you guys
went back
liked
to
it.
A couple years there.
yeah, and that's you know, I think people forget, and I try to remind myself the roots, man, because everybody started somewhere, right? And everybody didn't get known or big overnight, right? And it still took time. And sometimes you want to reminisce about those days. So that's what that was about. So real quick, just kind of introduce each other. Dirty Bass, you start first for the people that might not know who you are. Give them a quick little bios of you.
So I am DJ Dirty Bass. I'm the owner of DJDirtyBass.com. I have been rebasing music for about 13 years now. I started, in my local competitions and stuff in high school. I was a huge introvert in high school, man, and the bass community has brought me out of my shell like tremendously, and it's just been, it started as, a way to have fun, and I was 16 years, or like 15, 14, 15 years old whenever I started rebasing, and
Oh, so
it's just,
you still a young buck.
yeah, I am. I just turned 27. No,
Damn, I
28.
wish, dude. You know, when you
27,
start
28.
saying
Yeah.
when I was your age, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I just turned
Yeah.
47, and I know I hopefully don't look like it, but damn, I miss those days.
But yeah,
man, that's a
it
long
just-
time. 13 years, man.
yeah, it just started. It started as, just something
Yeah,
for
but
me to do
what
in the
was it like
afternoons after school.
13 years ago with technology? It had to be way harder.
Yes and no. I don't really do it very much different from the way I used to back then. I mean,
Okay.
the way that the way that I do it now, I've evolved my, the way that I do it, but I'm still using the same program. I'm still using the same stuff that I used to use back then.
Right.
Because if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
And Kaulana, tell us who you are and how you two are even associated besides the podcast.
So I'm originally from Hawaii. So I've been a bass head for like 21 years now. I was drawn to TikTok to start with for my bass addiction. There was a lot of other bass heads there, and I found a community of people there that I can relate with, and we all share knowledge with each other. And I found Zach on YouTube, and I found out that his edits actually are some of the best edits I've ever listened to. So I started
back
posting
that up. We were just talking about that off-site. 100%, man. Clean music, and it makes a difference.
Yeah, you can hear the difference in sound over some other tracks you might be listening to. But anyways, I was posting videos about his music and just telling everybody, all the followers, hey, go check this guy out. Like, I don't know him, but his music is the shit. And Ashland
so wait,
found
you weren't one of the guys asking, hey, give me free shit off the rip?
No,
You
not
were
at all.
Hey, I just want to support you type. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. I did some testing in my system as far as voltages go and the way things are all laid out with his edits, and I did some research on how his edits are tuned,
Right.
and I was like, that's the guy I want to play, like, because I can know exactly what my system's getting at any given time.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what, guys. The biggest guys I work with, Parker Basehead being one of them, and a few others. The biggest relationships I've had with people was when I found them, or they were just supporting me, and I reached out. And kind of same thing with Dirty Bass. It's like I want to network with people like that. I want to promote with people like that, even if I'm not making the dollar they are. And I look at it as we're making money together, right?
Yeah, and and it took a little while for Zach and me to actually develop a friendship because, like you just said, I could have just been some random Joe Schmo trying to get some stuff.
Right.
But when
And
genuinely, I actually genuinely support this man and everything he's done. Like, I talk
And you
to
can tell
Zach
that,
on a
especially
daily
in the
basis.
podcast. You guys are kind of like, you could see the relationship. I watched the podcast here and there. I tried to chime in when I got time, but you can tell when people have a relationship, a bond. You know what I'm saying? Just the way you guys even mingle, for sure. Joe says, Dirty Bass, do you do Spanish songs?
I do have a few, actually. I've probably got about 15.
Well, I'm going to tell you, the market in car audio when it comes to Latin is huge, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay. And I could also think guys doing the stunt wells and shit, it's always Latin music. That's the place, man. That'd be pretty cool. Chris says best rebase music by Dirty Bass, 100%.
I appreciate it.
Cal, what do you do? Like, what's your daytime thing?
Oh, so daytime, I'm a service technician. I basically take care of restaurants within the Virginia area. I fix your dishwashers.
That's cool. Yeah. And then you just, car audio has been the hobby, the go-to. And
car audio has been in my life since I was like 12. I fell in love with subs when I was young, and I had power supplies in my bedroom, hooking up speakers and subs. So it's just been there my whole life.
Everybody, you always know podcasts, I'm always giving stuff away. So for you to get, besides the giveaways you already have, I need you all to share this out, hit that like button, get it in the groups. If we get the numbers up a little bit higher, I'll throw something else in to give away. So take a minute, hit that share button, or try to tag a group or something and get some more people in here. Okay, so a couple things we want to talk about. One, you said you're not going to Made of Steel, Dirty Bass. So
no.
Dirty Bass was actually my first show professionally, like went to a couple of years ago, and didn't even have the car done. But we took it to park it. And besides being hotter than Hades back then it was a great time. But let me tell you, I did it all wrong. I went with like 15 employees, crap loads overtime, plus getting everybody there and tuned in. And we decided to bring a fucking moving truck of product, thinking we're going to sell stuff there. Worst thing I ever did in my life, because there's so much going on. It's so hard to really do that. Okay. And I didn't realize even back then that there was so many people that wanted to talk, and you want to be not rude, and you want to communicate and not be that way. It was so difficult. And then we went the second year. But the second year, I just felt too much drama, too much, behind the scenes talk for me with the people that were there, even down because I was a MechMan distributor, and we do like $500,000 a year with MechMan. Had another alternator company, I'm not gonna say names, but they were even telling people, oh, don't go over to the booth, even though we were just giving away free stuff. And it kind of turned me off, and I told John that. But I think things have cooled off and things have changed, and going there this year, I think it's just going to be good. And there's going to be a lot of people, I think, this year going, more than normal, I think. So I think it's going to be a great show.
I think with the cancellation of Slamology, it's really pushed people to venture out further to other shows.
Jay said the same thing here when he got here. He thinks because of that, there's going to be more people making that trip to get to somewhat of a big event. And honestly, Made of Steel is pretty big size, and I think the new venue is a good option. Okay, so let's get into this. You started rebasing kind of just because you were just a gamer type, home stuff, just digital, got into it, right? So car audio wasn't a part yet. Music was.
Not necessarily. So whenever I was in, I guess it was my freshman year of high school, my cousin had a sound system. It was two, I want to say, what was it? RE Audio. He had two RE Audio channels in a prefab on a crunch amp, 1,000-watt crunch amp. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, dude. And I bought these headphones. I still have them somewhere. They're not near me, but they were Sony XB500s.
Okay.
And they had really good bass reproduction. So I was really big into dubstep. I would listen to dubstep and stuff. I would just sit in front of my computer, play video games on my computer, listen to dubstep. That's what I did. And I tried making dubstep music. That didn't work out. But I wanted to do something with music. I knew I wanted to do something with music. And as I was looking for, heavy bass music, I found Rebass Music. I found Decaf and DJ Slow and Throw. So I figured out who those guys were, and I reached out to them. I was like, hey, I want to make some stuff for myself. How can I do this? Because there was certain types of music I want to do.
Show me the secret sauce, right?
Yeah.
Give it up, guys.
And
I'm going to be your competition. Just give me the inside.
Well, it wasn't like that to start. It was just, I just wanted to change some stuff up for myself. But Blaine Perkins, who is DJ Slow and Throw, he helped me out. He kind of showed me the ropes. And then Decaf showed me how to export at high quality, do the high quality stuff. And I kind of combined what those two guys were doing into one. And over the years, I have, renovated what I've done, what I do, and, honed in my, the quality of what I do now.
Well, let me break it down too, and tell me if I'm wrong. So music is actually recorded at a negative dB. It's not at 0. So when you do -5, you're actually bringing it in at a higher level before that clipping, which would be 0.
Not all the time. Not all the time. So
break that down for everybody.
So modern music, a lot of the rap and stuff, it is actually distorted from the studio on purpose. Because whenever you play something through an iPhone speaker, you're not going to hear that bass unless it's distorted. So
gotcha.
But with what I do, all you guys, they're in the comments, Big Jeff, you have thousands, 10,000, 20,000, sometimes $100,000 worth of equipment in your system. You don't want to be playing distorted anything.
I agree with that.
So what I do is I clean it up, and I have a set standard, the -5 dB on the bass. That is a set standard across the board with my edits and with most other rebasers.
Right, but I've heard the clarity in the vocals gets so like you're having headphones on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, big time.
Dude, it was a game changer. When I found him on YouTube, we all know YouTube's not the best quality audio that you can listen to on your system.
Right.
So I was downloading them as MP3s. But when I got a hold of an actual edit, on a drive from him, game changer, dude. It sounded night and day different.
100%. We went on. I got a Grand Wagoneer system in it, Macintosh head unit, factory, whatever. But we went in on the flash drive, put basically tracks in a row to go forward, so you could hear like when it gets to a dirty bass rebase, and it's hands down night and day difference. Let me ask you this, Dirty Bass, because it's still a copyright issue technically. Have you thought into like taking AI music but rebasing that
I
so
actually
it's
have.
not copyrighted? Okay.
I have one track. It's not released yet, but I've been playing it at shows, and people like it.
Okay,
It doesn't have any vocals.
just with online content and
Yeah.
having it where it's not going to cut you off for the people that are monetizing or things like that. That could be something big if you have something catchy.
Yeah, but so I made one for my wife's car, the Bass Kitty. Her car peaks at 33 hertz, and the main note in the track is 33, but it's like an instrumental type dubstep thing. I made it with AI and I rebased it, and it's not been copyright flagged yet. So
I got to ask, Koala Bear? I mean, something
Koala
going on?
bear.
Koala Bear?
Yeah. So, we had a little guy crash out on TikTok, and he mispronounced my name as Koala Bear.
yeah.
And
Oh,
so
okay.
now
Okay. I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't
picked up
sure. I
Koala
didn't know.
Bear.
Yeah, I was like, I know there's got to be some kind of backstory to this. Hey,
I
if
mean,
y'all
there's
got
also
any,
a backstory to all the cheeseburgers that are in the chat right now.
Yeah.
That's originating from our Team Dirty Bass team
Yeah.
chat.
okay,
Like, that's literally our icon that we put our little emoji. Like,
Right.
I got you. Okay.
that's the price
So-
of a demo of a cheeseburger.
Kaulana, give me your kind of growing up and in the car audio world and kind of where you started to where you're at now and the whole thing.
So
And when did you come
like I
over
said,
from Hawaii? How long you been
Yes.
here?
I've been in the we call this the mainland. I've been up in the mainland for maybe about 12, 13 years, somewhere like that.
Okay. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've lived back home, but I was born and raised there. And we moved out here mostly because it's cheaper. But I fell in love with bass when I was 12. Like my dad had a family friend who he used to paintball. He used to pick me up and go paintball. And in the back of his little hard body Nissan truck, he had two 12-inch subs. I don't remember what they were for the life of me, but that's when I fell in love with audio. And ever since then, it's just been like a bug that bit me, like every build I've ever had or every car I've ever had has had a stereo in it. I consider myself kind of a nerd when it comes to this car audio stuff. I love the bass, but the fun part to me is all the internal workings.
Right.
The Ohm's law, the math behind it, the electricity, how it all interacts with each other.
Okay. So you're saying you're not just red is positive, black is negative type guy.
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
not. Like I will overcomplicate things 1,000%, and anybody who knows me will tell you that that's fact.
Yep.
But that's what I love the most. So like basically, I fell in love with audio and bass, but I fell in love with what makes audio and bass even more throughout the years. And I get bored once my build is done. I want to build something new.
Well, I think that's the big fun part. You know what I mean? One, depending what degree you take it to, right? Because if you're doing a 50, 60, $80,000 build, it's not like, oh, okay, I did it play it 5 times and I'm going to redo it. But I think the build, the planning, that's the fun part, man, and then
Oh, yeah, exactly.
right? And
and
I know
then
some guys that just take it to the extent to blow it up, but you enjoy it. Joe says, have you ever thought to look somebody to make you beats? Have you ever thought to look for somebody to make you beats?
No.
No, I think he's got that. He can do that.
I got
yeah.
that covered.
So here's a question my guys came up with. All right, let me try to read it. What do you think makes a great demo song versus a great SPL burp song?
Me personally, I think a good demo song starts out low. So the pack that I made for my wife, she likes for the bass to come in at for example, her system does a 157. She likes the bass to come in at about 140 dB, 145 dB. And then whenever that beat drops, that's when the bass really punches and kicks in. And it takes people by surprise. So if you've listened to the Wifey pack, the music's a little weird, but most of those have like a hidden drop in them.
Did he just say his wife listens to weird
Way to
music?
blast
Okay.
Ashland on the podcast.
Right, I thought that's the way it came out.
Hey,
I just
I
wanted to
listen
make
to
sure.
it too. I listen to it too. It's kind of like grungy type, not really metal, but
Right.
you'll just have to listen to the pack to understand what I mean. But
It's good. It's got good stuff in there.
yeah,
Okay.
it's got good bass. It's got really good bass. Yeah.
Now let me ask you this, Kaulana. Are you the type that likes that long intro when you're doing the demo? And see, I hate that. Like it's like just get to it.
I mean, it depends on the song, right? Like if the song's got a good catchy hook in the beginning before the bass drops, then I don't mind the intro. But if it's just a long drawn out intro or somebody talking about their balls in the beginning of my song, then yeah, I want to go straight into the bass and get to the demo. But I like a demo song that has a lot of ups and downs. It shows off the system, the bandwidth of the system, and it makes like a roller coaster.
Right. No, definitely. Sometimes you watch the videos, people doing demos, and it's like, I'm like, just get to the bass. You know what I mean? It's like, just 30 seconds, 40 seconds that feel like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like you're just, all right, get to it.
And then you got that awkward moment where you look over at your passenger and you're like, I'm sorry. The intro's so long.
Yeah.
And then another question we have was, how do you test the rebase tracks? Do you have like a personal set, or do you just rely on the feedback from everybody?
How do I test them? Well, it shows me in the program everything that's happening.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like the finished product. Do you just go off of that, or do you really try to see what the feedback is? Or I mean, like with you doing like an AI type your own song, I mean, would you throw it out first to try to get some feedback on it, or?
Well, I mean, I've not posted that one yet, but I mean, I've played it in our systems. I think Kaulana has it too. But I mean, it's just after doing it for so long, whenever I put something in a song, I know exactly how it's going to respond in a vehicle. And I've talked to multiple people about this. Like John Hart said this whenever I started doing songs for him. He said, it sounds like whenever I play your songs, this is what he said. It sounds like you knew exactly what my system was going to do whenever you made this. And that, right. I mean, that's kind of how it is. Like, it's, I know what I'm doing.
There's a song though, like you made that AI song and you sent it to me to see how it would play. I think at the time, I think you were rebuilding the bass kitty. So
yeah,
every once in a while he'll throw me a song and be like, hey, what does this sound like?
Well, that was something new if I'm doing something new, or if I'm doing
what is
something
this? What are you scared of lows for? There's got to be backstory to this too.
Oh, they call me Mr. Mid Bass because the build I had prior to this was 218s and a flat wall. And I only played like pretty much 28 and above.
Okay.
Like I didn't play anything lower than that. So I peaked at 38. So I was pretty much giving sealed passenger demos.
Yeah, but when you're up there, you get that right in the throat.
Yeah, like right here.
Yeah.
That
was my first build with the Def Bounce. It did good at low, but when you got it up a little bit higher, you get it where you couldn't even swallow. And that to me is like where it's like, oh, like I can't even breathe right. Yeah,
that's my favorite type of bass.
Yeah, right there. Just getting you right here. Yeah, 100%.
Because I grew up in the 90s, right? Early 90s where we didn't play lows like this. That's the kind of bass I fell in love with.
Okay, here's a good one. Antonio says, why do certain songs hit harder than others? Is it just the gain set with the track itself, or is it tuning?
If you're talking about rebase music, it's likely to do with the variation of frequencies, because every system has this like the frequency range that it likes. So sometimes there'll be a frequency in a song that has to be higher, and it just doesn't play right in your system. But if you're talking about regular music, like studio music's all over the place with its levels. So
I got that. Okay. If you are tuning in now, we have some giveaways tonight. We have the Dirty Bass TV we're giving away. And we also have the Big Jeff Cuban Link chain giveaway. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to bring it up because it's something that we're going to jump into. Banda is Brazilian, It's been in the U.S., but they never really did full distribution and other stuff. But the owners changed that up. They're actually out here today, brought some product by, and I'll tell you what, I kind of like it.
They've been around for a while. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, the amps are kind of heavy, like the chassis, but I think that's more for heat reduction. But like 4 gauge outputs for the speaker wires, 0 gauge inputs, um, fan cooled, and they do a warranty. I've seen some builds with it. You guys seen a lot out there in the show world with any of the Banda stuff?
I've seen a
I've
few
seen one or
Band of
two.
15s.
I think to me, I think there's a lot of Brazilian people like they like Brazilian amps. $1 per watt, you can't beat it for power. Okay, so we know that. So I think the market's there. Being able to have Brazilian amp that's not plastic and a warranty, that's why I'm kind of trying to run with it. But they left us some stuff, so obviously I can't do none this weekend. But next weekend I plan to do some testing on it, and we're probably going to give the stuff away. We always do that. So
I ran Brazilian for a little while. I had two Taran Space 15Ks in the Bass Canyon for a while.
right.
And I had them at 0.5 of an ohm per an 18, and that's where they lived, and they treated me well.
The problem is the only system I've had, and I'm 47, I've had a lot over the years, that I got shocked, like tasered almost, like almost peed on myself, was from Taran. It was in an F-150.
Yep. On, didn't you?
And my knee touched the side of the truck while I was touching some under the seat. And I swear to God, it was like I was getting tasered, and I thought I pissed on myself.
Been there, done that.
I
know
never
exactly
really liked it after that because I'm like, if it does that, that's just a lot of AC current. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I stayed away. But I don't want to take it away. Okay, so we got we're going to talk more about Made of Steel. So we got a little video break, and we'll be right back. Hey, it's Big Jeff coming to you, and I want to talk about something coming up real soon, and it's the Made of Steel show in Tampa, Florida. It's an annual show. If you gotta run to the bathroom, son, go ahead. We're good.
No. It was nothing to do with that.
Okay. So, how many times have you guys gone? I know Dirty Bass, you've gone there.
Yeah.
Kaulana, you been to the Made of Steel show?
No, so I'm still pretty fresh to the East Coast. I just moved here about 2 years ago, so I'm trying to branch out further and further between working, getting established, building the build. I'm hoping now, once I buy my house, I'll be able to start traveling out a lot more after that.
I think this year, just what I'm seeing online, I think it's gonna be pretty big this year. Just that feel, you know what I mean? And it's a pretty decent show, but there's some heavy hitters going out there. There's a lot of big companies going out there. I think there's gonna be a lot of big builds going out there for sure. We were having a problem even get the Hummer here. We were supposed to be already down here, but transport didn't show up 3 days in a row, so we were dealing with that. And the Hummer's just a crazy build that I can't wait to get down there. Okay, so I think the big thing about Made of Steel, one, it's Florida. It's kind of in the middle, so you don't have to go all the way to South Florida. I just think it's kind of in that area. But I know Queen Kong's going to be out there, right? Obviously, Down for Sound. For sure. Yeah, even Sky High is going out. I mean, it's going to be a lot of people out there. I think it's going to be a big show. I think it'll be a good time. I just hate that the hottest day of the year is going to be Saturday, right? Because they're talking like 95, 96.
Oh my
and
goodness.
a heat index of like 100 something. So I'm going with, and I got it back here already freezing, frozen ice pops. And I'm bringing warehouse fans for the booth. So anybody want to come by and cool off? I'm going to have big 40-inch fans blowing on us because it is damn hot. You know, why can't we have more shows? I understand in the freezing weather, not good, but more in the
More towards the winter.
yeah. Why not plan more when it starts cooling off? Why do you think that is, guys?
I don't know, dude. I honestly, my system does phenomenal when the weather starts to get a little bit colder. So
That's
I
what I'm saying.
prefer a
Like
colder
more in
show.
like October, November. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it up in the northern states, it gets too cold, but I just think like I wish there was more shows in the better weather. You know what I mean? I what is this? Anthony says I subscribe to Dirty Bass and Rebase Stamp. Would purchase your USB be uncompressed wave edits instead of MP3s. Okay, but you can only put so many on there.
So the flash drives are MP3, but they come from the computer that I edit on. The same with Big Jeff. He got his from me. As far as I'm only going to mention this because you brought the comment up. As far
Okay.
as rebase.com, I am not associated with them. They make fake profiles and they take my stuff and put it on their site. I've asked them to take it down.
Oh,
I've asked them to take it down multiple times, and they basically tell me to F off. So
okay. Yes, copyrighted, but there's a way around, and I can tell you this off air. You might have to do a little work
Okay.
business wise, but
Yeah.
you have 100% way of a type of AP or intellectual, right?
Yeah.
But you got to do a couple things. But we can talk about that.
yeah, we can talk about that later.
We, obviously I've had just tons of that, and that's what trademarks are for and copyrights. And you got to protect yourself, especially the bigger you get. That's one thing I could tell people. You'll know when you're getting known because people are talking or trying to scam, right?
Yeah.
And that's where you have gotten big enough to be worth that.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you're not, there's no reason to waste the time to try to knock off or scam or whatever. So take it as a plus, but there's ways in business that you got to protect yourself, unfortunately.
Right.
Okay, so one of the giveaways tonight was the smart TV, and we were doing if they bought a flash drive from our site, they would actually win the smart TV and $50. I don't know who won,
Good deal.
but I'm going to play the insert of the video
Hey, it's
real
Big
quick.
Jeff
Hold
with
on.
another giveaway, and this time it's not even car audio. I got this 40-inch Roku, I don't know, voice remote, the whole works, sitting around, brand new, and we're gonna give this away. So how do you get it? One, you gotta like and comment this video, your name.
Okay, so and it's like people like, oh, I got to do 3 things. Like, bro, it doesn't even cost you anything to spread some word, right? Like, come on, all right, okay. And then because we didn't do this for like a year, and then I just went and bought fucking pallets worth. We're kicking off. Hold on, let me play this.
Hey, it's Big Jeff from BigJeffOil.com, and we're doing the chain giveaway part 2, where you get a chain, you get a chain, you get a chain, everybody gets a chain. Listen, this time, text the word Cuban to 737-244-5333. That's 737 Big Jeff. Okay, also, you need to share and comment this video, your name, location, why you should win. And for every share and comment together will be $1 towards Big Jeff Cash for the website. So that means if we get 500 shares, 500 comments, the winner will get winner. So,
Okay, but here's the kicker, because a lot of times people do the giveaways, but they don't do the 3 things, right? Like, and it's not that hard. And I've had a lot of people that we picked to win, but when we go check their profile or go check, they didn't do something. Okay, so that's shitty. Taylor, jump in here real quick. Taylor. Jammin' and Taylor. There you go. So how many actual real entries? It was like 150?
Yeah, on the post there was like 300 plus shares, but only 150 comments.
Okay, so they're going to win $150 Jeff Cash.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what the winner of the chain giveaway part 2 is. So keep in mind, everyone, you don't win the lotto, but you don't stop playing. And even with the lotto, you got to pay for the ticket. With any of our giveaways, you just have to do a little bit of work of like typing something and sharing something. Not that hard. Okay, so we're going to get to that in a little bit. We got a couple times. If you got any questions for Kaulana or Dirty Bass himself, go ahead and put it up. We got a little bit of time. Brittany's in the background, our best employee, Taylor. Brittany's our customer service manager who must have just got out of the gym and she's all wired up. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I see Zaz in here. Zaz is one of those guys, Kaulana, that doesn't ask for a dime, and he helps us run multiple. We have multiple pages, multiple groups, multiple things, and he does it all from his house and doesn't ask for anything. So, big shout out to him. He polices it. He keeps content up when people aren't talking, and that's real cool. So I want to give him a big shout out. What got you in the bass, Big Jeff? Well, my first system was actually in a Dodge Omni, and most of you probably don't even know what that is, with 2 bumper 6x9s and an AudioVox 2 knob. It was my parents' car. I didn't come from money. Probably why I got into drug dealing and everything at an early age, because I just wanted more. But the first time you talked about that, Kaulana, too, when you first hear something, I thought you couldn't tell me nothing. 2 6x9s and it was just on a board. But
you thought she was the best thing around, didn't you? Yeah. Like, that's how I felt.
I heard it, and from there it was on. And then, unfortunately, I went to the dark side, and money started flowing in like candy. Back then was the whole Civic scene with stripes down the middle, and even back then, 16-inch rims were big. And I remember my first big build was the jail audio and just crazy stuff. And from there, it was just addictive to kind of have the baddest and loudest car. But one thing in my life I've always could run to, no matter what, good or bad, was music. Being able to drift away into a song. And different songs mean different things. When I grew up, one of the most ghettoest songs, but just for some reason I could tell you every word, was My Mind Playing Tricks on Me by Ghetto Boys. And I used to just sing it over and over and over. But then growing up, I was in the rave scene, which was legal back then. We didn't have dubstep, but that type of music, man, it gets you all hyped up. It's like boom, 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 and then it just builds up, and it's like boom, that. So even now, everybody tell you, I probably have the loudest desk you've ever heard. Okay, underneath, I mean, you can hear it through the office. Man, I just get lost in it. I think the music can calm me down, so that's why. And all my vehicles have something. My BMW has DS18 in it. My Wagoneer still has some Black Diamond. My Yukon, every car I have has a different system, different brands in it, and I just enjoy it.
It's definitely a form of therapy for sure. Because if I'm having a really bad day, dude, I get in my truck and I just go bump some music. I come back feeling really
right.
good.
100%. There's plenty of times where all my cars have TVs and I can watch regular TV in them, but there's sometimes, man, I just want to put on music and just turn it up, and it's a release for sure. Oh, is Deviant in the house? Okay, I didn't know he was in here.
He just got here.
Yeah, he's late to the show. See, that's what happens when people get older. But great question. If you got a question for these guys, more than welcome to it. We got a few more minutes before we name it. Jesse, love the story. Congratulations on your sobriety for sure. Yeah, addictions, Jesse, come in all forms. Mine back then was money and power. And then as you get older, you see, not that money's not important to me, I ain't gonna lie, but you look at life differently. So whatever your addiction is, it doesn't matter. I think if anything runs your life or controls you, it's a bad addiction. If you are able to have fun with it, it's not a bad addiction. That's just my opinion. Okay, Jordan says, for all three, what your controversial car audio take? For all three, what's your controversial? Well, I don't know, Jordan, if you're trying to spark up some shit, or we get to say controversial like tariffs or shit like that, but I don't think we want to get into actual controversy. But if I was to say controversy, right now, let me tell everybody's online saying, oh, the tariffs are back down, why is it not lowering the price? What they're not telling you is it's 30% plus the 20 plus the 10. So that means years ago there was a 10% tariff. And then because of pills and fentanyl, they added 20. And now they brought it back down, but they've added another 30, which is really 60% more, which means $100 item from China actually costs 160. So prices won't have to go up as high, but most manufacturers ate the last 20. They're not able to eat another 30. So I think that's controversial for me because you see people online, oh, make it in America and do this and that. One, to get factories in America will take forever. Two, you can never change the lazy American worker that wants to get paid $50 an hour, where in other countries people will work nonstop for
I
way.
feel attacked with that comment.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm a lazy worker and I want $50 an hour.
That's my point. And I got sometimes 32 employees. And let me tell you, I've interviewed people that come in that never made more than $12 asking for 25. And the only reason is because they got a car payment now. You know what I'm saying? And they're late on their first day or calling out the first week. So, I deal with that. That doesn't mean everybody's lazy. It just means that I don't think we're able to make the stuff here properly and cheap enough because everybody says I would buy American. If it costed you 200% more, you might not. But
Right.
I also think that the factories they build here are going to involve more robots, which means less workers. So you kind of trade one thing for that. So I guess that's controversial for me. I don't know. You guys got anything non-shit starting that's controversial?
I try to stay away from controversy.
100%.
I don't really have anything. No.
I think
Okay.
they really are
the
asking,
only
like,
thing
what's
I
your
can think of
unpopular
is-
opinion?
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, Jordan, pop another comment up. Classify if you're trying to get a shitstorm started or you want to redo the question because I'm down with it as long as it's not a shitstorm. Okay, we'll see what he pops up. Ben and Taylor deserve $50 an hour. Well, I don't want to bust Ben's balls, but I think Taylor does make $50 an hour. Oh, okay. Good. Okay, what else we got here? Okay, well, fuck it. We're gonna move on. So let's just do. We'll do some right now. I'm gonna give one of the flash drives away. So hopefully it's somebody that doesn't have one already. So if you want a flash drive, I need you to comment the word dirty right now, and we'll pick one. Comment the word dirty. But try to do it if you don't already have one. Deviant me, $80 an hour. Brittany does not get paid $80 an hour. Okay, wants everyone to go mid-range speakers. What's everyone's... I don't know what this one is. Maybe you guys will get it. Oh, let me scroll back down here. I need so bad. Drama-free zone. Where's everybody going? Right here. What is he saying? What's everyone...
What is the best? What does everybody go to for their mid-range?
That's a good question. Let's go personal opinion. Go ahead, guys.
Well, I personally like the Audio Ace Diamond 6.5s we have in Ashland's car.
Okay.
I mean, they're loud and they're pretty clear. So, I like
So
those.
because of loud and clarity, you're going to pick those.
Yep.
Now, is this a mid-range loudspeaker coaxial? I don't know the whole line
It's a mid range. The Diamond.
Okay, mid-range.
Yeah.
Okay. And Kaulana?
Currently, I'm running Crossfire XT4 Pros in my build, and I absolutely love those things. The look of them, they're carbon fiber with the carbon fiber dust caps. They're just all black, and they sound phenomenal. I don't know if it's the ruthless amps I've got on them, but they sound fantastic.
All right, so let me ask both of you next. Are you more for a bullet tweeter or a compression driver? And why? Can't have both, one or the other.
Well, I would only say that I would go with the bullets just because I've never ran a compression. So I only know bullets, but I would not be opposed to running some compressions. I've heard them in other builds and they do sound really good.
I feel like I'm on the same page there. I've never run compressions either.
Okay, so the big thing about compression drivers, and I like it in certain applications because it's more vocal. So tweeters are a higher frequency, that sound. And a proper compression driver crossed over properly is more of the straight upper vocals. So I think putting the two together really is great because tweeters can only play down so low and compression drivers can only play up so high. So I'm a big guy on multi-amping systems or channels, and that's why I love DSPs because you could take each set of speakers and tune it in to overlap each other, right? And get a perfect sound. So I would have to have both for sure. Okay. And let's go overall time. Not right now, but overall, if you could have any amp past, present, or future, what would it be for subwoofers?
Ruthless 10K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ruthless 10K.
Now, are we talking nostalgia reasons or because I want to power some crazy shit now?
You could just pick any amp that either was back in the day
If
or
I had
now.
to pick an amp to own currently, it would be the Sony Explode 1200 watt with the clear window on the front with the silver removable plate. I forget the model number, but that's what the amp looked like. That was my very first amp I ever owned.
Okay.
I chose the Ruthless because of durability. I mean,
Okay, if you were to pick all time, you could just have a build with any amp.
Oh, Ruthless all day long.
Right, I'm talking about Dirty Bass now. Knowing that's not like some right now for power or something like that. Just like he picked that particular Sony Explode that just made it. What would it be?
if you're going for cool factor, probably the what was it? It was like a back in the day. It was a 6K from I think JL. Alma Gates had a bunch of them.
See,
What
I
was
like
that?
the old school extant amps. They were just beautiful looking amps, ridiculously expensive. They were all ABs back then, but they just had this beautiful, classy look. That's what I picked.
Well,
Okay,
let's not
Jordan.
forget
Go ahead.
API art series either.
Okay, but you got to talk about the original ones that you could actually pipe fluid through them, and I had those. I was a big
those are cool.
Soundstream guy, and I was a big Precision Power guy, and I had the fluid pump through it. That's the original ones before they sold out. Okay, Jordan's back on. He says, no drama, like an opinion. You hold the others, may argue about car audio, whether it's advice. You feel it's helpful to the hobby or something like nothing political as such.
Yeah, it's like an unpopular opinion.
No drama like opinion. Hold the others may argue about cardio. Whether I think everybody's going to argue no matter what because everybody likes drama and reality TV, which is made up and produced. That's the big difference. But I think we are a society that likes some drama. Boring is boring.
I think Bobby Gately said something that really struck a chord with me a while back ago, where he goes live. Excuse me. He goes live and shows off amps, subs, and trying to show product and show innovation.
No views, but goes on there.
No
bitching.
views.
Yeah, I
The
remember seeing
minute
that.
it's a drama related thing, it takes off just like that.
Yeah.
He's right. And that's just as a society, that's how we are. That's why when I talk to Jay, he's from Europe. It's so completely different over there. They don't get into that type stuff like they do here. And that's why I love. Okay, we're getting to that time, guys. So we're going to pick a winner. What are we going to do first, Taylor? The TV or the... Oh, we got to also do the flash drive. Did everybody already do dirty? Dirty,
Yeah, there's
dirty,
plenty
dirty?
of comments.
Okay, so... All right, let's do the chain giveaway first. Big Jeff Chain 2 giveaway. All right, Ben, go ahead. We'll see who won that. Pablo Raymond. If I messed it up, Pablo, congratulations. You just have to contact 737 Big Jeff. Is that vain, Kaulana, that I have my name and my phone number?
No, I don't.
I think it was a great idea, dude.
All.
Because when I was able to get it spelled out, I was like jumping around for joy, honestly. And I'm like, how can you forget that number? But do you know how many people that work for me in the beginning and they didn't call out and they're like, oh, I didn't know the number?
It's literally your boss's name.
Thank you. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Okay, congratulations, Pablo. Contact 737 Big Jeff. Text us, WhatsApp us, call us, and we'll get you set up with the $150 Big Jeff cash to be spent on the website. Okay? All right, so next, we'll get to the TV last. So who won? You guys got a winner for the flash drive?
Yep.
We'll let DJ Dirty Bass give it away, or announce the winner once we put it up.
Clayton Prince, you've won the flash drive.
Okay, hopefully Clayton doesn't have one. If Clayton, you already have one, I'll give you credit to use on the website because I want to get somebody who doesn't have it to actually experience it. And I'm a firm believer now that look, I ain't even bullshit. Right here, bro. Right there, brother. See it? Okay.
Yeah.
We've been playing with it and I love it. And hopefully we can do some special Big Jeff tracks. So that'd be real cool. Okay, so now for the big one, which was just weird. I just had a brand new TV sitting around. I'm like, hey, somebody could use this. Their kid could use it. Whoever. Who can't use a TV? So we're giving away a 40-inch. We'll ship it out to you. And you had to do a couple things. So go ahead, Ben. Let's see who won that. Leroy Hartland. Congratulations, Leroy. You won. You just got to contact 737 Big Jeff. Hey, for all you, whenever you're not sure if it's a legit giveaway or whatever, on our website, if you go to media, there's a giveaway link that shows any giveaways up to date. And we're never going to tell you one in comments or contact pay shipping for this number. We will always do it live on the podcast. So keep that in mind. There's a ton of fraud out there, and some of y'all have been taken for a couple dollars and a lot of dollars. Don't do that. Okay. Clayton says, awesome. Nope, I don't have one. Okay, Clayton. So I'm glad you won one. In fact, I'm going to give you this one right here in my hands. DJ Dirty Bass. And we'll ship it out once you contact. Ask for Brittany and give her a hard time. Yeah. And she will take care of you. Okay.
Yeah, and Leroy also won $50 because he did.
No, he did? I didn't think they did
yep.
it. Okay, so guys, I said in the giveaway, if they ordered a flash drive during the giveaway time and they won, they would get an extra $50, basically giving the money back for the flash drive. So no shit, Leroy ordered a flash drive during the 2 weeks. They checked it, and he won the TV and $50. So Leroy, you got the flash drive for free. That's awesome. That makes me feel better knowing, because after we did the first video about it, we got a bunch of sales. So it was pretty cool. So congratulations.
Jeff, I got a question for you, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so you've got B2's Audio's biggest woofers in a build. When are we going to see you put B2's smallest woofers in the build?
Oh, I just had it here, sitting over there, dude. Okay, so great question. We're actually in the middle of doing something. I can kind of break it out right now, Taylor. I always like hitting different markets. See, I'm not just car audio. People don't realize we're in different markets. That's why I got into NHR racing and all those stuff. We're actually going to be doing with the robotics people that make those killer robots that fight each other. And we're going to be doing a competition for guys that are going to do an audio setup on their robot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So they're going to enter, and then they have 30 days to do the build and enter the video. So I don't know, Kaulana. Some of those guys are pretty, you're talking MIT guys and pretty intelligent people. So I'm hoping one of them goes really big with something.
Well, I still think it'd be pretty cool. You've got 66 inches of speaker in your build now, which I think would call for 66 little speakers.
Ben, real quick, you got to do it fast. Go find the picture. Do you have the picture of the other mini sub coming?
I'll look for it.
Okay. So
I'll look
there's
too.
something else coming out, and I probably would wait for that. And I'm going to tell you why. Those are such a high an FS that it's hard to make bass. You have to do a very large box. It will give you more mid bass than bass. So that's the hardest thing, that they weren't really designed for that. They were designed to look real, and they do, and play music. But we got another design. Hold on, Ben. I might even have it here. Hold on, everyone. We got a couple minutes. Hold on.
Is this a Big Jeff exclusive that we get to see?
Well, making it here, Ben. I got it right here. How do I load it, Ben? I'm going to send it to you on Teams. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay. So it's not gonna be under Big Jeff. It's gonna be a B2 audio product, but it's gonna be. We have the Rampage, which is beefy. This one is gonna be more. Well, it's the Riot guy. Everybody likes the fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? The Riot guy. So we have the Riot amps and we have Riot speakers. Ben, did you get it? Okay, tell me when you see this, dude. It doesn't look bad.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Oh,
cool. I like that.
It's got
the screw down set screw terminals. Yeah.
Okay, so that is already. Okay, that's already in the works, tooling and everything else. That's going to come very quickly. The tariffs kind of held it off because if I would have done it now, it would have been too expensive. But that will be a 2.5 inch. Okay, So it'll be a 2.5 inch. Still not saying sub bass, but it will hopefully have a lower FS.
Right.
So when those come out, which will be before next season, I'm gonna do something. You got my word. I'm
So,
gonna do something.
so what's the price point going to be on those?
Probably still gonna be around $59.
Okay.
You know, people, it's small, but to make those by hand is not that easy. Okay.
Right.
People don't realize that even on the mini sub, it's a coil, it's a drop in, it's got to be glued. It's the it's, you know, when Jay designed those, it's small, dude. It's really hard to make. So there is still money in it. It's just small in size. This one here, you can see we have we have screw on terminals. And like I said, it's going to be 2.5 inch, which will hopefully give us a little bit lower of an SS. But you got my word. I'm going to make something with that.
I like those set screw terminals on those. That's a good feature there.
Yeah, I think it's real cool. And I'd actually like to get a woofer. I'm talking to Jay that looks like that in real life.
Yeah.
So you guys saw it there. We put it up here and there, but that's awesome. All right, guys, I like to keep it to an hour. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Dirty Bass, I'm glad we're doing work together, and we'll definitely get that built up, and we're going to do a bunch more. And Kaulana, I finally got the name right. Kaulana, right? Am I good? Okay.
You're good, bro.
I'm not fumbling like I've been doing, and I appreciate y'all coming on and
Appreciate you having us.
Yeah,
being on the podcast. For everybody that tuned in tonight, make sure you share this out, comment, and even if you're not able to be at Made of Steel, Benjamin will be there running lives and tons of content, so it'll be like you're there. I might even have time to get the drone. I got one of those DJ ones. I just never have time, and we'll get drone footage and everything, so it'll be a good time. Listen, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you guys for being on. Big shout out to Taylor the Hair, Mr. Ben, and everybody else. Another episode down in history. We'll probably not see you for about 3 weeks, but we'll let you know who's coming on next. We like bringing new people on, and hopefully we can have you guys on in the future again. And
absolutely, yeah.
It was good times. All right, Ben, take us out.
Another show in the bag, yeah, that's a wrap. Big Sound is the best, and it ain't no cap. Hit the website if you need that merch. It's Big Jeff Audio and hit the search. I know you had fun, yeah, you gotta admit it. That boy Big Jeff took his thing and he did it. Always a win, yeah, never a L. Did you smash the like, subscribe, and hit the bell? Share it on your socials, put it on blast. We'll be back next week with another podcast. Big Sound in the house, like no other. Deviant and Big Jeff, the Basshead Brothers.